Gordon Green, you ready?
I'm ready, Mike.
Matt Bigger, you ready?
Ready.
I hope my audience is ready, because here we go. We have the opening bid of $2.5 million. 2.5 right there now, 2.6, give it to a 2.6. We did an auction under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for 5 parcels in Youngstown, and it was an open outcry live auction, and they were all sold subject to published reserve prices that we believed were below market, and as it turns out they were. All parcels were sold, and for significantly more than the published reserve prices.
Now, with a published reserve price, can the seller still refuse the top bids, or are things a done deal?
No, it's pretty much a done deal. The court had already approved, and the judge had signed off on the published reserves, which means that we don't need court approval to bless these sales. It's already been given, assuming we hit the published reserves or went beyond, which we did. So these sales are basically confirmed, and they just need to close, and they'll be closing in about 33, 34 days. Sold for $4.9 million. Your way, Gordon. Congratulations.
Parcel number 1 was essentially new construction, which is hard to find in Northeast Ohio in general, and especially at a price point which it was being offered at. To recreate it, the way construction costs have gone up, especially in the last 3 to 4 years, it would probably a finished product that was being offered, which this has a little more work to do, but not much. It'd run $150 a square foot, maybe $200 a square foot when it's all said and done, and they're getting a great deal.
How do these properties stack up to other similar properties throughout the United States that you've seen?
You're getting a deal compared to elsewhere in the United States. You got great infrastructure in that whole area as far as power and accessibility to the highways and everything. So Northeast Ohio in general, though, the prices, they've gone up a little bit because there is lack of inventory out there. And there were after the downturn in '08, there was really no construction being done. So there was a gap of a few years where there was no inventory started getting eaten up with nothing new coming online. So finally, it's starting to move a little bit years later that there is some construction. So eventually some folks who were building these buildings will move out of their old buildings, and there'll be a little bit more inventory coming online. But many businesses are doing quite well, and they're out looking, and they can't find what they need.
We had a lot of people here turn out for this property. As it turns out, it was in great demand. We advertised and marketed this property for about 5 or 6 weeks. We got interest from all over the country, from 9 different states. We had bidders here from several different states. We had winning bidders from California and from Ohio. I think it was a very, very good sale.
I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management.